Prepare to be amazed and concerned as we delve into the fascinating yet alarming world of antibiotics. The rise and fall of these miracle drugs is a story of hope, greed, and a looming health crisis. Liam Shaw, a British biologist, takes us on a journey through time in his book Dangerous Miracle: The Astonishing Rise and Looming Disaster of Antibiotics. It's a tale that reveals how a medical breakthrough, once hailed as a savior, has now become a double-edged sword. The story begins with the Sackler family, owners of Purdue Pharmaceuticals, who became infamous for their role in America's opioid crisis. But here's where it gets controversial. Arthur Sackler, the eldest brother, was also behind one of the first advertising campaigns for antibiotics, targeting doctors with misleading tactics. This campaign, it turns out, played a significant role in fueling a crisis that now threatens modern healthcare. Bacteria, those ubiquitous microscopic organisms, are both friends and foes. While most are harmless, a few deadly strains have earned nicknames like Staph and E. coli. Bacterial infections are responsible for a staggering number of deaths worldwide, making antibiotics our best defense. However, Shaw highlights a conundrum: many bacteria have developed resistance to these once powerful medicines, leaving patients with limited treatment options. The development of antibiotics is undoubtedly one of the most significant medical advancements of the 20th century. Yet, as Shaw writes, although we describe antibiotics as magic or miracles, they operate within the powers of nature, not beyond them. This is a crucial point that many tend to overlook. Bacteria evolve, and so does their resistance. Some are inherently resistant, while others develop resistance over time. This evolution occurs when an antibiotic fails to eliminate all harmful bacteria, allowing those with antibiotic-resistant genes to thrive and spread. Antibiotic resistance is a growing threat, with the United Nations General Assembly declaring it one of the world's most urgent health issues. Shaw's book chronicles the ups and downs of antibiotics, from their discovery to their widespread misuse. The history of antibiotics is a fascinating one. In the 19th century, the germ theory emerged, revealing the role of bacteria and pathogens in causing diseases. It was then that scientists began to understand the potential of antibiotic-producing molds. However, it wasn't until the 20th century that we developed the ability to concentrate antibiotics into effective medicines. Alexander Fleming's accidental discovery of penicillin in 1928 was a game-changer. Yet, it took several years for the scientific community to recognize its potential and develop it into a life-saving medicine. By the mid-20th century, antibiotics were revolutionizing medicine, curing infectious diseases and making surgeries safer. But here's the part most people miss: the allure of antibiotics led to their overuse and misuse. Manufacturers added antibiotics to common household products and livestock feed, leading to an increase in resistant strains. Antibiotics, once valued more than gold, were being used indiscriminately, creating a perfect storm for resistance. Today, antibiotic resistance is a global crisis, killing over 1 million people annually. And the numbers are expected to rise. Despite the urgency, the discovery of new antibiotics has slowed down. Why? The pharmaceutical industry's interest in antibiotics has waned since the 1980s, and the development and approval process for new drugs is costly and time-consuming. Shaw notes that only a small percentage of essential antibiotics have been discovered in the last 30 years, and very few are in the pipeline. As of 2023, only a handful of antibiotics are being developed to address the WHO's bacterial priority pathogen list. Another disturbing fact is the unavailability of long-proven antibiotics to those who need them most. Take penicillin, for example. Despite its low cost and effectiveness against certain infections, it is not accessible to millions in Africa and Latin America. Dangerous Miracles is a comprehensive historical account, filled with tangents and details that sometimes make it a challenging read. But Shaw's goal is clear: to document the past to inform a future solution. He believes that governments around the world must collaborate and invest in antibiotic development, a suggestion that makes sense to many experts. However, at a recent international conference on antimicrobial resistance, experts dismissed this idea as utopian. This leaves Shaw and his readers hoping for a miracle, a world where the value of antibiotics is truly appreciated. So, what's the solution? It's not entirely clear, but one thing is certain: we must learn from history to avoid repeating the mistakes of the past. The story of antibiotics is a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the most powerful tools can become obsolete if misused.